Hi, I'm back. This is going to be part two, I guess, of my collection video. The first video I did was I just tell you what I was going to do, and I showed you the stuff behind me there, and some of the stuff here and there, some of the box sets and stuff. But this time I'm going to go to that cabinet over there, and I'll pick up the camera and show you the stuff that's at the top. And then what I'll do is the first row at the top, I'm going to pull out, so there'll be probably a quick edit after I show you what's at the top, and then I'll have everything that's off that top row there. Probably I'll have it either here or here, and then I'll just show you and throw it on the bed and put it back and do the next shelf and so on and so on. I think it'll be a lot easier that way, so that way you'll see what the movie is and my sarcastic comments and such and such. Okay, so let me grab the camera and go there and show you what's at the very top. Which okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that right there is my future wife right there. She's from Suits. Okay. She's played Rachel on there. Okay, there we go. Anyway, right at the top is the Dark Knight. That's the back pod right there. There's a Star Trek ship, model ship I got when I bought a DVD copy of Star Trek, the first reboot movie. There's the Harry Potter mask from Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Here's the Captain America Blu Ray Steelbook. I got that from Chris Blue 007, or as I call him, Mr. Steelbook Daddy. Okay. And in the back of that is the Friday the 13th DVD set, which kind of, I have that comes with the mask. And now you'll see later I have the Blu Ray set that came out later this year, September, or last year, later this year, September. And then I have the Thor Steelbook right there, which I absolutely love that Steelbook. Like I said, I still haven't opened it. Okay, and then we have the Rise of the Planet of the Apes Steelbook. I got that again from Mr. Steelbook Daddy, and I think I got this one from him as well. Okay, and in back of that, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, is the Toy Story 3. It comes with the figurine, my favorite guy, Buzz Lightyear, right there. Toy Story 3, right there. That was a Target exclusive. I think I ordered that from Amazon or something, and I got it from there. But I love that figure there. Let me put this back. Put Thor back in its place. And then here's the French version, French Steelbook of Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, right there. Okay, and then over here is the Fast and the Furious 5 Steelbook. Okay, let me take this off of here. Right there is the Pirates. I don't know if you can see it there. The Pirates 4-movie collection, limited edition. It comes with all the extra sets and everything else in it. And believe it or not, I haven't opened it since I did my unboxing of it. I think I did an unboxing of it when I got it. How many years ago that was. Hold on, let me put this back. Actually, let's do it like this. Because what I need to do, let me take this down for a minute. This is the Watchmen Blu-ray set that comes with the Dr. Manhattan face mask there. I think. And I know they got one with Rorschach. I can't even pronounce his name. Rorschach. They have the one. They have that one up, which I want to get. But this is the limited edition one with Dr. Manhattan case, which I absolutely love. Dr. Manhattan right there. I think I got that from. Did I get this from eBay? I might have got this from eBay. Okay, let me put this back. And then I have the Dark Knight, the one that comes with the mask. This is the mask edition. Okay, the Target exclusive. I think I got this from eBay as well. And then last but not least, on this top is the Dark Knight, the limited edition, Clown Mask edition, right there. There. 2 discs. There we go. Okay, there we go. I love that mask, clown mask. Let me put this back. And put this back up here. And put this back. Whoops. And put this back. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, here I am. Let me put this back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick. There'll be a quick edit here. When I'm going to go and empty out that first shelf, and then I'll start showing you the movies. So expect a quick edit when I stop the camera and unload the shelf. Okay? Let me. Not that way. I want to move this camera this. Okay. Actually, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to do that either. Okay, hold on. Let me stop the camera now and bring it back again. Hi, I'm back. I emptied out the first shelf, so I have them over here. So let's go through it. And here we go. Okay, Dance with the Wolves. This is a 20th anniversary set. It comes with this nice slipcover. There's the inside of it. Okay. I think, hold on for a minute. Let me see if I can make this. No, not that. I want to, yeah. Hold on, let me see something, one more thing. No, not that way. Yeah, that's better. Anyway, Dance with Wolves. Okay. How come that doesn't seem as close as I want it to be? Hold on for a minute. Yeah, there we go. Okay. No, not that way. I keep going that way. Okay, yeah, there we go. I think that's close enough. Okay, yeah, Dance with the Wolves. Okay. What more needs to be said? Love this movie. Kevin Costner, 7 Academy Awards. He directed it and wrote it. Okay, Indecent Proposal. Woody Harrelson, Robert Redford, Demi Moore. I really love this movie. This movie, Adrian Lane, about a couple that's down on their luck in Vegas. They get offered $1 million by this millionaire Robert Redford, and that caused all kinds of problems in their relationship. And Woody Harrelson really proved that he's a good dramatic actor with this movie. Love this movie, and I love the ending of this movie. Really sweet. And Robert Redford's a total dick in this. Okay, another great favorite of mine, Against All Odds, special edition. Rachel Ward, Jeff Bridges, James Wood, Taylor Hackett film. This is actually a remake. I love this movie. Rachel Ward never was so sexier than she is in this movie. Love that. Okay. The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. I think this is the second movie in the set. Okay, and I really enjoyed these films. I think I didn't see the third one. I think the third one was with the younger kids. Okay, but really enjoyed this series. Okay, to this set. Another one. This is one movie that was in Robert Downey Jr.'s comeback, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He plays a down on luck actor, I think, and Val Kilmer plays his real life private dick. And what's her name? The chick's name that's in there. It's really gorgeous. Michelle Monaghan. She's in this as well too. Really good crime thriller story with a good sense of humor in it. Domino, Keira Knightley, Mickey Rourke, Edgar Ramirez, Tony Scott film. Domino, Heads You Live, Tails You Lose. This is a really, really good movie. There we go. Nice mix of action, humor, a little bit of romance in there. Really, really, really good. Okay, Domino. Okay. Apostoluso, I guess that's what's called. Viggo Mortensen, Ed Harris, Renee Zellweger, and Jeremy Irons. I haven't seen this question yet, which is really a shame. I should really watch this. I got it because of the cast. Viggo Mortensen and Ed Harris. And I gotta watch that. I haven't watched that yet. Walking Tall. This is the remake with The Rock. I've seen parts of it, not all of it. Okay, I've seen the original, of course. I love that one with Joe Don Baker. Okay, but I've seen just parts of this on cable before, mostly like towards the end part when The Rock is fighting the bad guy, the guy with the great green eye, great blue eyes. Okay, but basically, you know, story about a guy who comes back to a small town and finds corrupt and stuff and takes over. Of course, the original scary movie with the Wayans brothers, really funny. And what's the chick's name? Anna Faris is in this, I think. Right? She is in this. Yeah, Anna Faris is in it. There she is up there. But that's really funny, the original, which is the funniest one. This director's cut of The Wild Bunch. Great cast. William Holden, Ernest Bernine, Robert Ryan, Edwin O'Brien, Warren Oates, Jamie Sanchez, and Ben Johnson. What a cast. A great, great Western. A Western classic. It's been a long time since I've seen this, so I gotta watch this again. The Wild Bunch. Okay. The Last Starfighter. I love this movie. About a guy who's a bit of a slacker living in a trailer park, and he's really good at this game called The Last Starfighter, and he gets actually chosen to go fight the real war in space, and they leave his double on the, you know, on Earth. And I love the girl in this movie. That's named Catherine Mary Stewart. I think there you can see a picture there a little bit there in the corner there. but she's gorgeous, and I love this movie. Lance Guest star on this, the 25th anniversary edition. The Chronicles of Riddick, the second movie in the set. Not too crazy about this one, but it's okay. Witchcock's in this movie, so I get bonus points for that. What's his name? Carl Urban. Yep. So this is good. Okay, Doom. Speaking of Carl Urban and The Rock. There we go. And this one was good. I think it's about the Space Marines and they get infected and stuff. And Carl Urban's actually the hero of this. Even though Rock is supposed to be the leader of the Marines, but Carl Urban turns out to be the leader in this. But this is a real good little science fiction movie. Now this Sex Drive, unrated. I haven't seen this movie, but I heard great things about Seth Green in this and James Marsden in this. Supposed to be really good in this as well, about a guy, the young kid. I think that he's supposed to be the star of this. And Clark Duke right there, he's supposed to be this funny, sarcastic guy. But I gotta watch that eventually. I haven't seen that comedy yet. What can you say about Unforgiven? Classic Clint Eastwood. I love that scene at the end. Gene Hackman's a son of a bitch in this movie, and he gets what he deserves. Okay, but a great classic Western by Clint Eastwood. Deserves all the 4 Academy Awards it won. Best Director, Best Film Editing, and Best Supporting Actor. Okay? Okay, Warzone Prisoner. There's been, I think, about 3 Punisher movies. Okay, the first one with Dolph Lundgren sucks. I don't care if nobody says it sucked. Okay? The second one, Thomas Jane, was okay. It wasn't great. Okay? But this one is outstanding with, what's that guy's name who plays the Punisher in this? Ray Stevenson. He is absolutely fantastic. And the villains in this movie are absolutely insane. Okay? And I think at the end when he goes through this building, I think he had to kill at least 200 people alone. Okay? He was just a total badass killing machine, which is what the Punisher should be. Love that movie. Okay, V for Vendetta, what I was trying to think of before, when I had to show you the posters before in my with Natalie Portman and what's his name, and Hugo Weaving. But V for Vendetta, love this movie. What's the thing? I'm trying to think. It's a British thing. What the fuck is it? I can't remember the name of it. Which is it's based on the British holiday things. I can't remember to save my life without looking at it. Okay, but that was a good action movie. Now this is the remake of Dawn of the Dead, directed by Zack Snyder of all people. Sarah Polley, Ving Rhames, Jake Weber, and Mekhi Phifer. I love this. Especially the opening scene of this movie is absolutely outstanding. The way when they establish what's going on in the world, that scene is fantastic. And this is actually one of the better horror remakes. This is the unrated director's cut. Okay, really love this movie. Okay, Lucky Slevin. This movie was kind of unexpected, and what a cast. And this movie is really good. Josh Hartnett, Morgan Freeman, Ben Kingsley, Lucy Liu, Stanley Tucci, and Bruce Willis. Okay, this is a great mix of action, comedy, and look at the cast in this. This is a fantastic movie, very underrated. Lucky Slevin. Okay, and Sling Blade won 2 Academy Awards. Well, it got 2 Academy Award nominations. Okay, winner, best screenplay, Billy Bob Thornton. He plays this guy that's developmentally slow, and I think he went to prison for he killed his I think he killed his mother. So I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen this. And then he gets out, and he befriends this young boy and his mother, and then they have an abusive boyfriend, and of course that sets him off, and it's really good. Billy Bob Thornton plays a character in this movie, very well done. Okay, Cruel Intentions. Okay, love this movie. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Phillippe, and Reese Witherspoon, and basically about these these brother and sister, step brother and sister, I think, that they play these mind games with people and stuff, and it's really good. And some people get their comeuppance in this, and it's a really good movie. And of course, it has that infamous kiss between Selma Blair and Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Sarah Michelle Gellar never looked any more hotter in this movie. Okay, and of course, here's the vampire classic from the 80s, right? Or is it from the 90s? I think from the 80s. I think. The Lost Boys, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, Jason Patrick, Kiefer Sutherland. Just a great movie about vampires coming to this California town and just wreaking havoc and stuff. Really, really good. Corey Feldman and I forgot the other actor's name, young actor, and what's his name, Corey Haim. They become vampire hunters and stuff and start hunting these vampires and stuff. And of course, Jason Patrick's the older brother who falls into with these bad guys that are really vampires and stuff. And it's really, really good. Great soundtrack for this movie. Okay, what can you say? Super Bad, the movie that introduces us to Jonah Hill. Okay, Michael Cera, who you already knew from the TV show Arrested Development. But this is just, and then of course, what's his name? What the fuck is his name? I can't remember his name now. What's his name? McLovin, yeah. Jesus, I can't remember this. Of course, you got Seth Rogen in here, and what's this guy's name? God, I can't remember his fucking name. I'm sorry, Bill Hader. Excuse me. But this is a great kind of Emma Stone in this as well. Just a fantastic, one of the best comedies I've seen in a long time. And a very underrated science fiction movie, Event Horizon, where the ship gets lost and these people have to go investigate it. And just a really creepy movie, and really underrated. Event Horizon, definitely see this. Of course, what more can you say? Gladiator, Russell Crowe. I love the scene at the end. And when I did my first contest on, I think it was my first contest, my first giveaway, I did that speech he made, which is that epic speech at the end, and he takes his helmet off and turns around. It's fantastic. Okay, and Woman in Black, Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, plays this lawyer. I guess the wife died in childbirth, and he has to go take this case to try to, because he's on the verge of getting fired from his law firm, and he has, I think, a young son that he has to support, and he investigates this, supposed to settle this estate, and all these weird things are happening in it, hence the title, The Woman in Black. Really good. I like this. Okay, now, next, of course, Fantastic Four. Right home. Not that one. First, it's this one. This is the Fantastic Four. Okay, Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, Michael Chiklis, and Ian Ruffard. Okay, this is the first and the second one. Okay, this one I think was a little bit better. Okay, and I think, of course, Chris Evans wasn't that bad. Jessica Alba's miscast, but like I said, they're cheap, harmless fun, so I didn't mind it as much. So, got those. Like I said, the Silver Surfer one is the better one. Okay, Cliffhanger, Sylvester Stallone, some great stunts. I think, what's his name? Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, not Rucker. I was going to say Rucker Howard, not Rucker. John Lithgow is the bad guy in this movie. I think he's searching for some diamonds. Okay, Serenity, based on the TV show. This movie that I think introduced it to Chiwetel Ejiofor, who was in 12 Years a Slave. He's really good as the guy. He's the bad guy in this movie, and he's really good. He really steals the show in this movie. Okay, Swordfish. Okay, great movie. Is this by, hold on, what's the guy's name? Oh, Dominic Silva. I thought this was Tony Scott or something. But anyway, John Travolta, Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry, and Don Cheadle got cast, and of course you get to see Halle Berry topless in this. Okay, but great action in that movie. Of course, now Jodie Foster, the brave one. Who else is in this? What's his name? Terrence Howard is in this, about a girl that her world is turned upside down when her boyfriend gets killed and she gets attacked and the dog gets stolen and she turns vigilante. Really good, Jodie Foster. Okay, The Breakfast Club, John Hughes. Just the classic 25th anniversary edition. This one about all these kids have to stay after school because of things they did, and they bond, and it's just a great killer soundtrack and great performances by the whole cast. Emilio Estevez, Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall, Judd Nelson, and Ali Sheedy. Really good. This movie, John Hughes was the man. Okay, Fast and Furious. This is part 4. Yeah, part 4. Yeah, this is part 4, right there. Real good addition to the series. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Hancock. Will Smith, Charlize Theron. Oops. Sorry about that. Really good movie. Very underrated. Hancock. I think they're supposed to be making a sequel to this. Okay, this is very good. Not for nothing, the prison scene is classic. You got to see the prison scene and the scene when he throws the little brat neighborhood bully in the air. You got to see those two scenes. And also one other scene when she tells him to call her crazy one more time. That was good. Okay, now very underrated movie. I love this movie. I love the whole atmosphere of this Tim Burton film. Sleepy Hollow. Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci never looked so hot than she did in this movie. Basically, the story about the headless horseman. Really love that movie. Okay. Now, next movie, Troy, of course, starring Brad Pitt, Eric Bana, Orlando Bloom, and about the story of the whole Trojan horse thing. And Brad Pitt is total badass in this. As Achilles in this movie, really good, and just great action movie. Brad Pitt was the man in this movie. Oh my God, you got to see the fights in this. And Orlando Bloom was a dick in that movie. Okay, Sucker Punch. I don't care what anybody says. I love this movie. Is that another Zack Snyder movie? Sucker Punch, about this girl who gets mistreated and gets placed in a mental institution and stuff, and then she has these battles. And the sequences they have in this movie are just outstanding. Zack Snyder is just a great visual director, and I don't care what nobody says, I love this movie, Sucker Punch. Okay, next thing is a series that came on the BBC, Planet Earth, the complete series. The cinematography in this is absolutely beautiful. This was what Blu Ray was designed for. Absolutely outstanding. And they, I think they have 4 separate things. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oops. From pole to pole, mountains, fresh water. And then you have caves, deserts, and ice worlds. And, I'm sorry, what is the other thing? Then you have Great Plains, jungles, and shallow seas. Okay. And the 4th one is seasonal forest and ocean deep. Just outstanding. Hold on, let me try to put this back in there. Okay, hold on. Sorry, dragging this out. Okay, Planet Earth. Definitely get this, one of the best documentaries ever. Designed for Blu-ray. Of course, Green Lantern, the first flight. Great thing. Animated movie of Green Lantern, his origin. And it has the green case. Look at that. Great. I love green cases anyway. There it is. Sinestro's in this as well. Okay, Death Race, the first one, not the first one. Actually, technically, this is the second one, even though it came out first. Okay, Death Race with Jason Statham. Okay, and what's that chick's? What's her name? Can't be incredibly hot Spanish girl. Can't remember her name. They don't have her on the cover, but that girl right there. Okay, Forbidden Kingdom, Jackie Chan, Jet Li. I love this movie about this geeky kid that he gets transported back in time, and Jackie Chan and Jet Li help him. Forbidden Kingdom is a really good action movie. Okay, there we go. Okay, The Big Country. I did a review of this on my channel. Nice Western with Gregory Peck, Gene Simmons, what a cast, Carol Baker, Charlton Heston, and Burl Ives, about this city guy who goes to retire and he marries this girl whose father's in charge of a ranch, and he's in the middle of a range war. Okay, with this other faction over water. Really good Western. Okay, what a cast. Okay, Disturbia. So this is sort of like Rear Window for the modern age with Shia LaBeouf, Sarah Roma. That's her name, I think. The girl in this, Sarah Roma, who he's spying on. Okay, David Morris plays a neighbor that he's spying on. Disturbia. It's like Rear Window with a more modern setting. Okay. Okay, another Shia LaBeouf movie, Eagle Eye. Really, really good. Shia LaBeouf, Michelle Monaghan, and Billy Bob Thornton, about a guy who gets framed, and his brothers, I think he has a twin brother, and has government conspiracies, all this other thing, but it's really, really good action movie. Okay, there we go, Eagle Eye. Okay, of course we could forget Independence Day, really good, you know, the first one, where else can you see the White House blow up? Okay, great, Bill Pullman as the president. What's his name? Not Dennis Quaid, Randy Quaid. Okay, it was great in this as well, and Will Smith, of course, and Jeff Goldblum. Of course, we're supposed to be making a sequel to this. Okay, Clint Eastwood, Pale Rider. Love Clint Eastwood Western. When he comes to town, he's supposed to be a preacher who helps his town overcome the corrupt town, and it's really, really good. Pale Rider. The shootout at the end is classic. Okay, Zodiac, about the Zodiac killer out in San Francisco. Jake Gyllenhaal in this is Robert Downey Jr. Who else? Somebody else. And what's the guy's name? Del Veroni, what's the guy's name? I can't remember his name. Mark Ruffalo. Okay, David Fincher film. Really, really good movie. Okay, gotta see about the serial killer. Okay, and Pirates of the Caribbean is the 4th movie. I haven't watched this one yet. I heard this get bad reviews, but I haven't watched it yet, so I can't tell. Okay, but there we go. Okay, and of course we can get The Dark Knight. Okay, right there, Heath Ledger, a movie he won an Academy Award for, and unfortunately it was the last movie. Absolutely love this movie. I want to kill you. What would I do without you? Okay, now, last but not least, in that first shelf, okay. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Conan the Barbarian. This is the remake, which wasn't that bad actually. The guy that was in on Game of Thrones. Okay, Conan the Barbarian is the 3D version. Okay. Okay, Super 8, really good movie. Stevens by writer and director J.J. Abrams. Produced by Steven Spielberg, about these young kids that are filming a movie and they discover an alien. Really decent. Okay, Transformers. This is the first movie, the special edition one. It comes with the nice slip cover there. Nice slip cover there. Okay. Okay, the second movie, Revenge of the Fallen, which is pretty horrible, but there you go. Gotta collect the series. And of course, the third one, Dark of the Moon. I love the slip cover for this one. So you got that one. It's a two-sided slip cover, which is totally cool. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then we have, of course, Quantum of Silence, which isn't the best James Bond movie, but it's still very quick. So, The Premonition, which Sandra Bullock, which I want to actually watch. I haven't watched this yet. This is about a woman whose she has a premonition that her husband dies. Okay, and then she tries to prevent it. And it's supposed to be good, but I haven't watched it yet. Okay, Angel Heart, really good movie. Mickey Rourke, Robert De Niro, Lisa Bonet. Mickey Rourke is a detective who gets hired by his mysterious client, played by Robert De Niro, and it's really good. I want to spoil the ending to that, but it's a mind fuck if you want to know. Okay, Inception. Okay, it has a freaky slipcover. Of course, Christopher Nolan. Great movie. What more can you say? Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Marion Cotillard, Ellen Page, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, Tom Berenger, and Michael Caine. What more can you say? This is absolutely fantastic movie. Really one of his best. Okay. Of course, Man on Fire, Denzel Washington. Okay. Has to protect the Dakota Fanning, who gets kidnapped. Okay. Gives him no reason to live. No Country for Old Men. Okay. What can you say? Javier Bardem is a total badass in this. Okay. He's on the run chasing Josh Brolin, who stole some money. Okay. And it's really good. Okay. Gone Baby Gone. The second movie directed by Ben Affleck. Okay, just really good story. His brother Casey Affleck about this missing girl, and really what a cast: Casey Affleck, Michelle Monaghan, Morgan Freeman, and Ed Harris. Just a really outstanding movie. Okay, Pulp Fiction. What more can you say? Quentin Tarantino. What a cast in this. Okay, Menace to Society. Another great movie about inner city, and just really powerful film, and just Jada Pinkett's in this. That's right. Directed by Alan and Albert Hughes. Really good movie. There we go. Okay, another Tim Burton movie. Edward Scissorhands, Johnny Depp, Winona Ryder. Really good, really sweet romantic story. Van Helsing, which really kind of disappointed me. It's an okay movie for what it is, but I was expecting more of a straight horror movie out of this. But yeah, what can you say? You got what's calling this, and she's incredible. Kate Beckinsale in this, and she's incredibly hot. Okay, but I was thinking about a better, more straightforward horror movie, but we didn't get that. Okay, Valentine's Day, which I mostly got because I like Jessica Biel in this. I don't care about any other story but the Jessica Biel story. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Collateral. Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx. Tom Cruise is a hitman, comes to town to murder somebody, basically uses Jamie Foxx to murder somebody, and it's a really good movie. Tom Cruise can play a bad guy. He's really chilling in this movie. Okay, The Hitman with Timothy Olyphant. This is based on the video game, which I never played, so I won't tell you about that. But I like Timothy Olyphant, so this movie's okay. Okay, Ghost, a really good movie. Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg. Okay, and I really came to hate that song. It's a Righteous Brothers song, I think. Righteous Brothers song, right? Which is really good. But I came to hate the song because they played it relentlessly when this movie came out. Okay, Whoopi Goldberg won an Academy Award for this. But really good about a guy who dies, and he has to let go of his love of his life. Okay, now this is a nice action movie. Ronin with Robert De Niro and what's his name? I can't remember this guy's name. Jean Reno, Natasha McElhone, and Stellan Skarsgård and Sean Penn in this. Basically about these operatives and stuff. It's a really intense movie. I remember seeing that years ago. And of course, X-Men First Class. What can you say? This is revitalized the franchise. I love this movie with Michael Fassbender and I can't remember his name. Jeez, I'm drawing a blank on his name. James McAvoy was really good in this, and of course Jennifer Lawrence is in this as well. Okay, now this is another underrated movie, Home of the Brave, about these vets that come home and experiences they have. Samuel L. Jackson, Jessica Biel, Brian Presley, and Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent. Really, really good. Really well done. Okay, and Once Upon a Time in a Western classic. Charles Bronson, Henry Fonda, Jason Robards, Claudia Cardinale, and Henry Fonda is the bad guy in this movie, and he plays a great bad guy. After playing, good guys all along, he plays a great bad guy. Okay, anyway, so that's the first row of shelf for this row, and I'll end this video here, and then I'll empty out the shelf, put that back, and do the second shelf and do the same thing. So these videos will be about 25 minutes long, I think, which is good. I think gotta hold people's attention. Okay, so let me know what you think of these, and feel free to move on. And I'm on to the next shelf.